A reverse housing crash? How can that be? When it comes to the housing market, the gurus are really smart, right? Yeah, back in 2021, they told us inflation is transitory, yet home prices went up year after year after year. And then they told us, don't worry, you're going to see some cheap houses because there's a massive wave of foreclosures coming. Really? Where are all those foreclosures that they've been telling us about for the last 3 years? Some home buyers who held out for those lower prices that never came did not find that very funny. Now they're telling us this time it's different. So the true question is, are we going to see a real estate crash? Now you got to look at the broader economic trends because this is the stuff that no one else is looking at to figure out what's really going on here. And this is why I'm doing this video, to educate the public. But if this is your first time here, I say welcome aboard. This is the real estate channel that's all about helping you avoid the pitfalls that are costly. So give me a thumbs up if you're good with that. Now I want to show you the 5 reasons why we're currently seeing a reversed housing crash. Now to start, you've got to look at this chart because here's the home prices for the last 3 years, and home prices had started to go down, but now they're headed back up. And now we're seeing the national average of home prices increase by 2.6%. It is crazy, right? There are forces that are driving home prices up, and there are forces that are driving those home prices down. But the big question is, which one of these is going to overpower the other? So here's the 5 reasons why we're seeing a reverse housing crash. In descending order, number 5. Despite ever-increasing mortgage rates and persistently high home prices, there's a whole new problem that has just materialized. Right now, we're seeing fewer new listings coming to market compared to a year ago at this time. Here's the numbers. New listings coming to market were down 29% from a year ago. How can this be happening? Well, currently 62% of all mortgage holders in the nation are locked in with historic, incredibly low mortgage rates, leading to a severe drop in the number of houses that are put up for sale, which leads to a problem of supply and demand. So whenever there's a low supply and a high demand, prices go up. But the number of homes coming up for sale continues to shrink because many will not be giving up those cheap mortgages that they locked into for 30 years and then traded in for 7% mortgage. I mean, think about it. Why would you do that, right? So they're not putting that house up for sale. And this creates a major pipeline clog, and this is not a normal real estate market. I mean, even with all the talk of recession, housing prices in parts of the nation are not dropping because buyers have so few options that are coming to market. And this is creating a reverse crash depending on where you live. This leads us to number 4. There's an unexpected twist here. It's rare to see a foreclosure for sale. You know, most homeowners let their home go into foreclosure only when they owe more money than that home is worth. And that doesn't look like anything that's happening today. Now, in many cases, they list their home for sale in today's market. That would probably give them a higher price than what they paid. So essentially, they're going to profit with money in their pocket. This crazy inflation is making many of these foreclosures completely disappear. Number 3, the month's supply of inventory. Now, this is the number of months that it would take for all of the inventory currently to sell. So let's say that there's 100 homes for sale on the market, and 20 of those homes sell every single month. That would mean there's a 5-month supply. So the absorption rate is actually a 5-month supply to sales. So to put things in perspective, when we have 6 months of inventory or more on the market, that's considered a buyer's market. This is when buyers have the advantage in purchasing a home. Now today there's a problem. Now here's the numbers. Inventory currently stands at 2.6 months worth of supply. We're down 47% compared to the number of homes on the market pre-COVID. Guys, down 47% from normal times. It's like we're in the twilight zone. And home prices are crashing upwards because there's so few properties for sale. Number 2, if you want a housing crash, you need more sellers than you have buyers. But today, we're not seeing that because in normal times, statistically, people move every 13.2 years. But today, more than half, 59.7% of homeowners with a mortgage have lived there less than 4 years. Do you see a problem? These low interest mortgage rates have a long-term side effect, and this is not going to get resolved overnight. Based on statistics of when people move, we probably have another 8 to 10 years left before a lot of these people will begin to sell. Yeah, and that's if interest rates don't go up higher than they are today. Now, something else you really have to consider is a lot of these homes are being built build-to-rent houses. So these are not going to enter the typical real estate market. You have corporations, investment companies, retirement funds. They're all turning them into income-producing rental properties. Number 1, regarding home prices, the predictions are all over the place, guys. So Zillow thinks that 2023 is going to end the year higher than where they began. Now, how can that be possible considering these high interest rates that are going on right now, right? But Zillow revised that home pricing forecast and is now calling for home values to rise 5% in 2023. But what they're looking at is the live real numbers, and that's what's really going on. They see buyers who are scooping up that inventory faster than it's actually even being listed. We all know that real estate is hyper-local, so what's happening in one town, one city, or one state may not be happening in another part of the country. Now, the largest home price changes really depend on where you live. For example, home prices have dropped in Northern California, Austin, Texas, San Jose, Oakland, Sacramento, and Phoenix. Yet, on the East Coast, has seen prices increase in Fort Lauderdale, Columbus, Ohio, and Milwaukee. Now, the national median asking price for newly listed homes was $382,225, up 0.6% year over year. Now, one big trend that's completely shifting the entire real estate market is the fact that a lot of baby boomers are now retiring. And they've worked, they've saved, and they've invested their whole entire life. And some are now flush with cash and moving to warmer weather, lower taxes, and a better lifestyle. Now, here's the numbers. 1/3 of U.S. home buyers are paying cash. Now, this is the highest percentage in nearly a decade. Now, I asked them, but I couldn't understand what they're saying. So are you seeing new homes built in your area? New apartments? Please let me know what you're seeing in your area. So what everyone wants to know is, what does the future hold, right? So you whip out your shiny crystal ball, and you know that inflation always makes the cost of everything go up. So what will we see? Will we see a decline? Sure, one day you could be right. It could happen because we all know that things don't constantly go up forever. But if that was true, your insurance costs should keep going lower, right? Hasn't happened to me yet. Oh, by the way, how much did your insurance go up last year? The moral to the story is that we could see higher prices for longer than we thought. So the question is, should you buy or should you sell? That depends on your personal plan, on where you are in your life. You know, if you need to move because you have personal needs like you have a growing family or a lifestyle change or retirement downsizing, it's your time to make that move because it's what you actually need. Should you wait to sell your home now? Again, that really depends on what's going on in your life, you know, and what your specific needs are right now. But I'll let you know one thing. Nowhere in the housing market is there a buy one, get one 50% off sale. I haven't seen it yet. Have you? Now tell me what's going on in your area. I'm curious to see what you're seeing in your area. Now here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, we're still finding some hidden gems for our clients. That is, if you know where to look and what to look for. Was any of this information helpful? I'm making these videos for you guys. So if you have questions, we have answers, and my real estate team is here to help you to avoid those pitfalls that are costly. So pick up the phone and give us a call at 843-839-9870. We'll talk soon, and if you've subscribed, I'll see you in the next video.